Hi everyone, welcome to Facebook Marketing, how to use Facebook to grow your business. So the golden rule of Facebook is not what they can do for you, it's what you can do for them. Very, very important. I feel that most people who jump into Facebook marketing, they're like, okay, how can I promote myself? And they start promoting themselves right off the bat and posting links about their companies and what they do. And I believe that's probably the worst way you can approach not only just Facebook marketing, but any kind of marketing, because Facebook is about building relationships. Help other people, figure out what they want, read their profiles, and try to help them in any way they can. And I can guarantee that some of them will help you back in return. Okay? So let's talk about what you shouldn't do on Facebook. We already talked about this, but don't sell, okay? Don't ever try to sell anything on Facebook. And this might sound a little bit counterintuitive because we're talking about Facebook marketing. But what happens is you approach people, right? You build relationships, you try to help them, and they're like, oh, I mean, everybody else is trying to sell me something, but this person is actually trying to help me. I mean, and that's how you stand out. And when they notice that, they try to help you in return. Okay, so it's a little weird and counterintuitive, but by not trying to help, but by trying to help people instead of trying to sell them something, is how you actually get your product sold and your company promoted. Don't post too often. So what's too often? I think that if you're posting every hour, that's not a good idea. We found that between 2 and 5 times per day, it's a sweet spot. And by posting, I mean updating your status or posting links or photos or videos. 2 to 5 times per day, we found that is what works better. Don't mass message. Basically, you don't want to send the same message to a lot of different people. It's okay to contact a lot of people, but make sure you get to know them and send them personalized messages as opposed to just one message that you copy and paste for everybody. And finally, don't do anything on Facebook that you wouldn't do in the real world. Okay, this is the most important rule of thumb. If in the real world, you don't just get out there and meet someone and you're like, hey, my name is Zeke, buy my stuff. You just don't do that. You build a relationship, you try to connect first, and you have to get other people to like you, because people buy stuff from people they like. Okay, we talked about what not to do on Facebook, so let's talk about what to do on Facebook. We already talked about helping others. We talked about building trusting relationships. Next is share valuable content. Okay, so whether it's a link that you found, an article that you really liked, a video that you thought was very funny, or a photo, whatever you think your friends could find valuable, just share. Okay, and if you find links from other people that you really like, share them with your friends. Not only your friends will benefit, but the person whom you share the link from will be like, oh, thank you for spreading the word about this. So it's a really good way to make friends. And finally, have two-way conversations. Don't talk at your audience, talk with them. So basically what I mean here is ask questions. Asking questions is we've seen that asking questions is probably the best way you can get people engaged with your company and the kind of stuff you have to offer. Okay, so later on in this presentation, we're going to go through a couple of different examples for companies that are doing a really good job at this. But basically, keep in mind that asking questions is the best way to keep your friends engaged. So there are two things you can have on Facebook: a page or a profile. If you're a person, you can have both. But if you're a business, Facebook won't allow you to have a profile, and you'll have to create a page. Either way, I think everybody should have a Facebook page. Let me say this again because this is really important. Everybody should have a Facebook page. Let's talk about why. There are 4 different reasons. First, with a profile, people have to become your friends. Okay, with a page, they have to click on a like button. And this might sound like a subtle difference, but it's actually a very important one. Liking it's a lot less of a commitment than it is to become friends. I mean, I like a lot of people. I don't have a lot of actual friends. So again, it might sound a little spooky, but it actually works really, really well. So because it's a smaller commitment, more people will do it. The second reason is that with a profile, you can only have 5,000 friends. And that's okay. I mean, I don't think anybody has 5,000 friends in real life. But in Facebook, if you use it to promote yourself, you can get to this limit very fast. And even if you don't think it could happen, at one point it might happen. And with a Facebook page, you can actually have as many. They're not called friends; they're called fans in the case of a page. So you can have as many fans as you want. So that's great. For advertising strategies, you really need to have a page. You really have to. And I'll go over why a little later when I talk about Facebook advertising. And finally, the most important one is when you have a profile and you want to message all your friends, you can only do it by 20 friends at a time. Facebook won't allow you to send messages to all your friends at once. But when you have a page, you can send a status update, an update to all your fans at once. So and Facebook will actually send these people emails. So it's a really easy way to build your list and find people to communicate with. So these are 4 very strong reasons, and I hope that by now you're sold on the idea that you really need to have a Facebook page. Okay, let's talk about 3 cool Facebook tips. The first one is using lists to keep your contacts organized. If you're like me, you're connected with a lot of different people, and you don't want to have just everybody on your friends list, because it's going to be really hard to follow up with them, see what they're up to, and pretty much trying to help them. But if you have like different lists, let's say one for people interested in or potential I don't know, consulting clients, a list of your vendors, a list of your closest friends, a list of people, like maybe you can segment them by city. It's the more you segment your friends into like-minded groups, the easier it will be for you to follow up with them whenever you want to. Events rock. We tested this for a lot of different clients, and events is one of the best features Facebook has. So whether it's a webinar, a seminar, a fundraiser, whatever it is, you can create an event in only like a couple of minutes and promote it to all your friends within seconds. And finally, what rocks even more than events is contests. For example, last week we did an event for one of our clients. It was a Halloween contest. Everybody had to submit their Halloween photos and get their friends to vote for them. And whoever got the most votes got $500. Now, they had 1,000 fans when we started the campaign, and at the end of the week they had 3,000. So they tripled their number of fans. And this only cost them like $500. And the way they did it is they got a lot of people to submit their photos to post their photos to their wall, to the Facebook page wall. And not only that, but they also had to tag themselves. So when you tag yourself in a photo, all your friends can see that photo. And also you can invite all your friends to vote for you. So in order to post the photo and participate in the contest, you had to like the page. And in order for your friends to vote for you, they had to like the page first. So here's a Facebook viral factor at work. You tell you tell 100 friends to participate in the contest. They do, and they tell 100 friends. So the word gets spreading around more and more, and Facebook makes this very, very easy with their buttons. They have the like buttons, the share buttons. So contests are a really good way that you can get the word out there. And if you want to come up with some contest ideas, just contact me, and I'll probably be able to provide you with a few very good ones. Very important thing to keep in mind. Facebook isn't just Facebook.com. Facebook integrates with websites extremely well. Not only with websites, but also if you have like an iPhone or a BlackBerry or an Android phone, pretty much every application out there is connected with Facebook. So a couple of ways you can use Facebook for your website. You can have the like button. That's one of my favorites. You can have this, let's say, for example, on one of your blog posts. So when people like your blog post, they can just click on the like button, and that automatically gets posted to their Facebook profile. And I mean, all their friends will be able to see that in their newsfeed. So basically, every time you get one person to like your stuff, all their friends can see that they did like that. So it's a really good way to allow your readers or your website visitors to spread the word about your company. Then we have the Find Us on Facebook button. This is basically a link to your Facebook page and profile. But by having this on your website, you're allowing people to follow you on Facebook. Then we have this is a Facebook box, which you can get from Facebook if you have a Facebook page. So not only has a like button up here, but it also has the latest blog posts or wall posts that you have on your Facebook page. And you also have a list of all the other people who like your page. So this is very powerful social proof. You're showing people, okay, you're not the only one. 130 people already like this page. So it feels like a much smaller commitment to like this page because 130 people already liked it. And finally, you can allow people to share your content on Facebook. And this is really, really important. And sometimes it's even better than the like button, because when you click on like something, your friends can see that you liked it, and that's just a little tiny link that appears in your profile. But when you share something, a link appears, and a link is much more visible and prominent. So which of these four should you have on your website? Hopefully all of these.